our hormones, but I
Sorry.
am here with Amy, and we're going to help you through this journey and help you feel better. So that's a little bit about myself. I've been married 35 years. I have 3 grandchildren, one on the way, 3 grown children. That's a little bit about me.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes.
So beautiful. Nikki, we have a small group. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Nikki, and I have been married for 34 years, and I have a 26-year-old son, and I'm just really excited about going on this journey because I've been struggling with this weight for over 10 years, and I'm done with it.
Good. Good. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. Amy, I don't know if you're able to unmute or talk. If not, we can swing back around. I feel like I've got to know Amy. I feel like I could introduce her, but I'll save that for when she gets to a stopping point. And then I'm Amy Myers. I've been married. We are a long-lasting group of women with successful marriages. So I'm actually the baby of the group. I've only been married 29 years, almost like 29 in June. And I'm the baby. Like, that's incredible that we have. And Amy's been married, I think, 33. So
wow.
Yeah, I love all these successful marriages. So you two are actually in a really great place because we're going to do a giveaway. If you are willing to share your testimony that you've experienced so far with Amari. So you can either drop it in the comments or unmute or unmic, I don't know what I'm trying to say, and share just a little bit about your journey. Like, when I say little bit, just 30, 60 seconds. You don't have to go through a lot of detail, but anything you want to share, we'll enter you into our little drawing for our multivitamin from Amari. So either one of you want to share?
Like just the journey using it so far. Yeah, so I've only been on it for 4 days. But so far so good. The only thing that which I kind of expected was a little bit of stomach issues or just gas or bloating, but I kind of figured that with the probiotic because it's doing its work, and it's going to take a while for that to get my gut back in proper working order. So so far so good. I love the happy juice. That it's so good. I really enjoy drinking it every day, and it seems so far it's pretty seamless to do this. So I know I need to work more like exercise into get more on a schedule of how I'm eating and taking it and then exercising. But so far so good. I'm really excited about it.
Thanks for sharing. Janice, I know you just hopped on. We're sharing a little bit about our testimony so far using the Amari products. Would you like to share? Nothing like putting you on the spot, Janice. I think you're muted. Don't you love that? Let's see. I think I can ask to, maybe that helps. Ask to unmute. Ask to, okay. There you go.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, nice to meet you,
Yep.
Janice.
I know, I just got done working out, so
Yay!
Way to go.
No, I haven't noticed anything. I mean, I love all the the juice and stuff. I haven't noticed it. The first day, I think I noticed a lot. The pill, the can't even remember what pill it is, but
is it purple?
Yeah. Oh yes, the purple pill. You're right.
I love that. Thanks, Janice. I'm glad you could join us. And then Amy will probably give her testimony when she gets to her stopping place. She's in the middle of driving. So today we're going to really harness that power of an anti-inflammatory diet to help you get results. And specifically, we're going to talk about protein today. And I know a lot of you have information about protein, so this is really an open forum. Jody's going to lead us into why prioritizing protein is important and a lot of benefits. And then we'll give you lists of plant-based and animal-based proteins that might work into your diet?
So we always hear like we need a certain amount of protein every single day. And Amy's going to go on like kind of giving you a little bit of how much protein you should have a day. But I always like to know like why? Why do I have to have that much protein? I like, most of us, if we eat a sandwich, a cheese sandwich would be better than sometimes meat sandwich. But anyways, so the benefits of protein, just really quick, muscle maintenance and growth. Our muscles, protein actually helps us maintain muscle mass. And especially when you're trying to lose weight, if you're cutting calories down or if you're starting to exercise more, we don't want that weight loss to come from our muscles. And so by feeding it enough protein, we were able to keep that muscle mass, and that helps us lose weight anyways. Another one is hormone regulation. So a lot of us are trying to balance our hormones too, as we're trying to lose weight or certain symptoms they're having. And what that does is it helps regulate the metabolism, your blood sugar, your energy level. It also helps with serotonin and dopamine. Did you know that? It actually influences our mood and our stress level about how much protein that we have in our diet. And we're all about that. That's some of our main things that we want you to be. We want you to feel good and happy so you're able to start losing the weight or balancing your hormones. There's something else called the metabolism boost. Is how your body uses energy. It's called the thermic effect of food, which is abbreviated TEF, but it means that how your body absorbs and digests and processes those calories. And protein has a higher TEF, so you burn more calories, you burn more energy by eating that protein, which in turns can help you lose weight. It's easier than carbohydrates, fats. Those are quicker burners than protein is. So it boosts your metabolism by having more protein in your diet. Another reason to have the benefits of protein is for appetite control and satiety. So we feel fuller, we feel more satisfied instead of having a lot of carbs and a lot of fats. It helps us reduce that hunger and control those cravings too. So it has a lot of beneficial for weight loss and weight management. Fat loss, because protein increases the satiety, reduces cravings, boosts metabolism, helps support fat loss. We can see how that combined with some movement and lowering our stress level, that we can start seeing some changes in our body. Now, the importance of protein for hormonal balance, which is a little bit on the other side too, is called insulin regulation. Protein can help balance your blood sugar levels. Blood sugar levels can spike. Insulin can also cause you to have crashes, can contribute to hormonal imbalance. So making sure that you have that protein there to help with that hormone balance, such as sugars and insulin and stuff like that, will help you with balancing the other hormones. Also, cortisol reduction. So protein is really important to reducing cortisol. Consuming enough protein can manage cortisol levels that's associated with stress and a fat accumulation. So we all know that when we have a higher cortisol level, when we're stressed out more, our bodies will literally hang on to your fat. And so having enough protein actually helps reduce that stress and helps your body to release that extra fat. And how else it supports your hormones is the amino acids, the vitamins, the minerals, helps with production and health and energy and overall well-being of the production of your hormones. And so that's just a little bit about how beneficial protein is. But if those reasons don't make you want to go out and have a good steak or have some protein in it, I don't know what will, because it said all good stuff to me. I'm all about balancing out your meals and stuff, but the protein is really important. And I really lacked that when I started trying to balance my hormones and losing weight, was having enough protein in my diet. So over to you, Amy.
So ladies, drop your favorite source of protein in the comments. What's your favorite? Steak. Oh, heck yes. I'm a meat eater too. Like I'll take a steak anytime. I'm curious if anybody enjoys plant-based proteins.
I'm a plant-based.
Okay,
Okay.
good. So we're going to head over that direction a little bit too. Fantastic. So I'm going to drop these lists down here in the comments. So protein can come from lots of different sources, but a key is how much should we be consuming a day? And you'll see different things depending on who you're following and who you read, but a good rule of thumb is 0.7 grams to 1 gram per pound. So whatever your weight is, if you are approximately 150 pounds, 0.7 to 100 0.7 to 1.0 is going to run somewhere between 105 to 150 grams of protein. And so when we prioritize protein first in our meal, we're probably going to get that, especially if we're looking at 3 meals a day that have 25 to 30 grams, and then maybe some snacks somewhere in there. So does this list of plant-based proteins surprise you? And can everyone find something that they enjoy from there?
Mhm.
They should have separated it out just a little bit because they kind of run into each other. And
Yeah.
you're like, there wasn't a space. Let me do this again. That way you guys can copy it or take a screenshot. Let me put it in 2 different messages. Okay, there's our plant-based.
Okay.
This will help. And here's our meat or animal-based proteins. And black beans, I have always heard, is a really great source of protein. And what did you tell me the other day, Jody? It was because it's high in fiber, it's low in carbs. Is that what you told me? You had some great phrase that went along with black beans.
The higher fiber in it combats against the higher carbs. Like if you have something that's just high in carbs, so it's kind of a really good balance between the carbs, the fiber, and the protein.
Good. Thank you for that. And I once learned this back when I was in my journey. When we pick protein and then you want that side, your body will burn carbohydrates or it'll burn fat. Like those are our 2 sources that we mostly want to get our fuel from. We want to maintain our lean, long muscle mass. So it's not going to hopefully burn out that protein. So when you're pairing chickpeas and broccoli and peas, we also want to make sure that we're pairing it with like a fat. So you're either going to choose a fat to pair it with or a carb to pair it with your protein. So what we kind of want to avoid is a steak. Help me think of that. Steak, avocado, and mashed potatoes. I know you're not going to eat this together, but that's kind of a weird combination. Or eggs, avocado, and toast, where we've hit all 3 in one meal. Your body will burn fat or carbohydrate. If we're not asking the body to burn both simultaneously, one or the other, then we want to feed it one or the other. So when you're planning your meals, I guarantee your husband will probably never notice this if you're the main cook in the house. But when we now have breakfast, I typically either have like eggs and bacon and a slice of avocado, or eggs and bacon because they're protein, and toast. I usually don't combine my carbohydrates and fats anymore, because the way you'll burn your calories is either going to be from the fats or the carbohydrates. And if we're not asking our body to choose one or the other, then it will use whatever energy you gave it first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of a different way to look at it, but hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And oftentimes we talk about food that will inflame you or serve you. Think of a smiley face or a sad face, and food really doesn't have a middle ground. If it doesn't inflame you, then it's serving you. And inflammation comes in a million different ways. So inflammation can be that bloat, gas, a lot of burping or digestive issues, and of course extremes where you have diarrhea or constipation. But if you get up from the table and you just feel good, energized, that food is serving you. If you get up from the table and you have a headache, a sugar rush, you feel like you need to go to the bathroom, then that food is inflaming you. And inflammation creates higher levels of cortisol. And since we now know that cortisol is that thing that hangs on to belly fat, we also want to lower our cortisol. So we want to avoid foods that inflame us. And it takes a little bit of time to kind of muddle through which foods are inflaming us. And then Jody, you actually had testing done because you and I were on a very similar diet and it was not working for you. Would you like to share that?
Sure. I was trying to balance my hormones and then trying to lose weight at the same time. And I literally went from one different kind of diet to the other, from vegan diet to carnivore diet to other kind of diets, and realizing that with each things that I did, I still wasn't feeling great. And I realized that there were certain foods that were affecting me in each thing that I was trying to do. And so I just started listening to my body. I did have some testing done and realized that in the vegan diet, I was eating a lot of soy products. I was very highly sensitive to soy. In my carnivore diet, I realized that I was very highly sensitive to casein, which is in most cheese and yogurts and stuff.
Mm.
And I realized that I had to find out what served me. And so by listening to my body, not just continuing to feed it and not feeling good, trying to go off what everybody was saying was good for me, I tried to learn and listen to my body. And so with that, I may have not had the sensitivity test if I just started to listen to my body. And so with things I started to eat, I started to see how I feel. Was I going to the bathroom? Did I have headaches? Did I have bloating? And so that's kind of judge everything by it now. Even when I had certain salads all the time, I would feel some bloating from it. And so like I'd cut down on the raw vegetables until I got my digestive system working and hormones started balancing, that I feel like things were a little bit better when my gut health got better. So yeah, what foods inflame you? Do you notice a certain foods that when you eat it, that it inflames you? Sometimes you feel bloated. Yogurt, yeah.
So once you learn what foods kind of inflame you or don't set well with you, you struggle to digest, then it's a matter of being differently, or at least being aware. So it's not taking them out completely or restricting them, because nobody likes restriction. But when you're aware of what's going to be on the back end of that, then you make decisions based around, like, I know bacon inflames me. I typically don't eat it away from the house. I'm also not willing at this moment to give it up. So I'm aware, very aware, and I don't eat it often, but it's not something I'm willing to give up. Amy, sweet Amy, sent me her mayo yesterday, and she's like, I think this is inflaming me. And I think she was crushed. And I was like, you don't have to completely take it out. But we also
was so
talked.
sad.
It was. She's like,
was
no.
so
Yeah, she was listing all the foods that she adds mayo to. And so we talked about healthier alternatives and things like that. And it's not that you have to completely avoid it. You just have to be aware of what it's doing to you and why you might stay in a state of inflammation. And then, of course, if you're struggling with weight, how is that affecting the outcome or the result that you're chasing? And it's interesting. Peanut butter is a great source. Avocado is a great source. So you're listing foods that are considered healthy, but they're still inflaming you. And it only matters what inflames you. So it's not a diet protocol or a meal plan. It's you really listening to your body, like what Jody said, to figure out how is food going to best serve you. And then based on that information, how do you plan your meals in your day? Super good. Thank you for that. Any questions?
No.
Okay, beautiful ladies, we're going to flip into mindset. So last time we visited, we talked a lot about whatever you tell your brain is truth. So whatever the script is that's running in your brain is your truth. Your brain trusts you more than any other being on the planet. So if you're telling yourself certain things, your brain's like, oh yeah, that's true. So I learned this little gratitude mindset shift, and it has served me so, so well. And I just wanted to share it with you. So when we start a weight loss journey, probably our biggest thief of joy is comparison. We compare our journey to maybe something we've done in the past. We compare our journey to the other ladies on this call, compare our journey to what we're seeing on social media, that certain things get faster results and whatever. But just in the few weeks that some of you have been on product and some of you have been on it longer, you often report things like, I'm sleeping better, or I'm less moody, whatever your story is. And maybe some of you are still waiting to get results, but it brought you to this place. When you sit in gratitude for 2 minutes, so I don't know how long you brush your teeth in the morning, but if you sit in gratitude while you're just kind of getting ready to get in the shower, that's probably 2 minutes. Sitting in gratitude allows you to reset your brain. So in the morning, when we talk about, or like when you're getting ready and your brain is squirreling all over the place, and if you choose to sit in gratitude, you're setting yourself up for a much smoother, nicer day. Then when you get in the shower, this is when I do this, by the way. When I get in the shower, I'm now kind of projecting what I want my future to look like. So it's called a 4-minute mindset hack. 2 minutes of just gratitude for whatever it is. Thankful for the journey, thankful for something new, thankful that you're learning, thankful that you're breathing, you woke up, whatever it is. And then what is it that you want to happen in the next 3 months? And then push yourself out 3 months from that point and set in like complete visualization. That puts you at July 24th. If you're in Texas, you're pretty hot. If you're in the mountains, maybe you're hiking. If you have a vacation, maybe you're on the beach. But what does that time look like? What do you look like? How do you feel? Who are you with? And when you set in visualization, you're telling your brain that that's going to happen. So if we set in visualization of negativity, we're setting ourselves up for that. If we set in visualization for what we want to come, we're setting ourselves up for that. Your brain can't tell if it's a memory or if you're actually in it. So those two things around gratitude and visualization can begin to flip the script that you've told yourself about in the past. And I'm not going to make you sit in visualization right now. But in the morning, try starting your day off that way. And it's so easy to lose ourselves in the shower and all the things, but what if the water just poured over you and you were like fully present in a moment? Take that into your visualization. Does anyone do that already?
Yes.
Who said yes? Yes.
Nikki.
Nikki did. Do you want to share?
I pretty much, this has been a crazy year, I feel like, just for the world. And so I really started meditating every day, and really, like, I try to do that. If I don't do it at the beginning of the day, I always do it at the end of the day, is a whole gratitude thing that I just go through this whole process in the evening of doing that. So yeah, I've really realizing that your mindset creates your reality, so that's something I am working on right now.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Mindset creates reality. That's very nice, including what we want out of our future.
Yes.
So good. Jody, do you have anything else to add to that piece?
No, it goes right into the tapping piece, but I don't know if you want to do question and answers first, and then we'll go into that at the very end. Or
okay. So let's go back to anyone that didn't get to share a testimony. So ladies that hopped on just a little bit late, we did testimonies at the beginning, like anything around results of what you might be experiencing with the Amari products in your journey. And if you share a testimony, then I put you in my little spinner over here and we'll do a drawing and we will send you Amari's multivitamin, which is really great because it helps with the health of the cardiovascular system, your nervous system, and your entire GI system. And so if you're interested in a multivitamin and you would like to share a few results and testimony, you don't have to be super long-winded like I usually am, but you can share your results and I will enter you in my little spinner over here. And you can even drop it in the comments if you'd rather not unmute.
Am I muted or can you hear me?
We can hear you, Amy.
Sorry, I'm on a school bus. So if the kids come back, they're getting their ice cream, which it's really good that we're having this little thing today because I may have been wanting to go in and get the ice cream.
How does this work?
At our Zoom. So this makes it very nice. I don't feel obligated to go in. I'm Amy Jones. I'm in Northern Indiana and I have been on product for 2 weeks and 2 days. And I am sleeping great. I am handling stress. I don't know. I think I'm handling it better. At least in my head, I feel like I'm handling it better. I've had a couple of stressful things come up and I may have reacted, but then I've been able to catch it. So sorry, that's my radio. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've actually stopped texting her to ask if she slept through the night because she's been doing that since last Wednesday. So I think now we're just waiting for a different result.
I know. It's yay, every day. I just wake up and I'm like, oh, I didn't wake up. Yeah.
It's super exciting.
Fantastic.
Okay, so Kate or Yasina, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to unmute and visit.
Hey there. Yeah, I'm on the road, but I will tell y'all that I guess I'm I finished 3 full weeks on the product. I'm gonna be having my 4th week and my focus is so much better. My stress levels are, I'm handling stress in my life so much differently. And yeah, I just overall can feel so much better. I feel healthier. So it's been wonderful.
Thank you so much. That's so good to hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me add you. Okay, my beautiful friends. Okay, we're going to do the spinner. Everyone that wanted to do a testimony, have you done it? And can you see you probably can't see I was going to do a little live spinner thing. And I'm acting like I know how to do this. And it's literally blowing my mind at the moment. Where's the share thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I need to add a few more names, I think. Yes, Janice and Amy and Amy. Okay, we're gonna add some initials here. Did I get everyone that wanted to share? Everybody sees their name. Okay, beauties, here we go. Amy! That's Amy Jones.
Yeah.
Winner, winner.
Yay.
Okay, so congratulations. I'm going to send that to you, Amy. That way you can receive that. You'll get it probably first thing next week. Jody, did you want to do tapping and explain that, or do we want to jump into Q&A?
How about I explain it and then y'all can tell me if you want to do Q&A first or the tapping last. What do you feel like? So if you'll give me the ability to share, I wanted to share a little bit about what it is. And that way everybody can kind of understanding a little bit. So, okay, you gave me.
No,
it to me.
not
Okay.
yet. I was just trying to get screen sharing stopped. Make a
So
couple.
how many of you have heard of tapping before and what tapping is?
I did.
It's,
last week.
Awesome. Okay. It's a way of therapy. It's a way to get rid of stress. It's a way to get rid of if you're having panic attacks or pain or stuff like that. It's just a type of therapy, and it's tapping on what's called pressure points. And so I wanted to do this share my screen really quick because I wanted to share this photo okay. So I wanted to share this because I thought it was kind of a cool overview of just what actual EFT means and why it can be important to you. And it can be something that you can do super quick and super easy, and you can have really big results from it. The papers that are written now and published about it you can find endless ones now because there's being so much research done on these pressure points. And so EFT, these are just a few of the things that happens when you do it on a regular basis. You can lower your cortisol, your immune system goes up, pain can go down, anxiety can go down, depression can go down, PTSD symptoms, happiness can go up, blood pressure can go down, food cravings. Look at that with food cravings. 74%. Like I was
Wow.
blown away with that percentage. So let me stop screen saving. So I was gonna just do one about your body today that you can take this recording and then write it down yourself, or just write down some of the things that really touch you. What you don't want to tell yourself while you're tapping is things that make you think that's impossible. Because if you start to have that little doubt, that subconscious doubt that comes on, it's going to fight against you and it's not going to help you. And so that's one of the things I always like caveat about. Don't tell yourself something that you keep telling yourself there's no way that's going to be possible. So the tapping routine that I put together today is just one that really just tells you how to talk nice to your body and lowering that stress level. So we can do it now, or we can do the Q&A and then end with it. Anybody? Okay, let's get it. I can ask questions. Let's go ahead and do it. So when you do the tapping, just get into an area where you're kind of quiet. You can do some deep breathing. You can close your eyes while you're doing it, and you can just follow along with the tapping positions. I'm getting a certification now, so this is very basic tapping, and so bear with me because I don't usually teach this as I'm learning, but I'm very excited about learning this for my clients just because it is very powerful. So the tapping points, we're going to start on the side of our hand. And you can repeat these things after me, or which I suggest that you repeat them after me. And then we're going to, the second position is between our eyes. The third one is on the side of our eyes. The fourth one is under our eyes.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
And then on top of our head. And we're going to kind of just go through that. I know it seems kind of funny, but we're going to go through that and while we're saying some things. So if you'll just follow along with me. Each day I'm learning how to listen and care for my body. Each day I'm learning how to have more love and compassion for my body. I'm learning to nurture and care for my body. More and more each day. I'm learning how to care for my body and giving love and respect it deserves. I'm looking forward to supporting my body and nurturing it and loving it. I'm learning how to release judgment and unkind thoughts that I have about my body. I'm learning how to release those thoughts. I'm learning to have compassion and peace with my body. I'm learning to have loving, peaceful relationship with my body. I believe it's possible to have a loving relationship with my body. That's what I'm learning to do. That's what I'm learning to do. Each day, I grow more confident and strong. And just by doing this a couple of times a day, you're going to, do all of you feel like you just like felt some stress relief from your body as you did that? You just kind of, and repeating those things. I want some of those things that I said, if it really resonated with you, just start doing the tapping process and say, I'm learning how to love my body. Even, even though I may have some, stress about it, I'm still learning to love my body. But by addressing the things that, these things, they're a great way to say I am statements, because when you tap on these points, you're actually telling your subconscious mind this is what you're doing. And the more you tell your body that you love your body, the more your body thinks that it's safe and it's able to release that extra weight. It's able to balance those hormones. And you'll find it a little bit easier. And and it has a really quick response too. So there you go. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, that was good. Thank you. I didn't see everybody tapping in the bus there, Amy. You worried
Well,
that kids are gonna.
there's kids right over there. There's people driving around. I'm like, I'm not tapping. I'll wait till I get home and I'll tap.
I knew that's why you
No
waited.
problem.
I figured there's people around, and she's in the bus going bunk, 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 bunk.
My husband catches me doing this all the time, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
When you said go in, a quiet, place, I'm like, yeah, that is not where I am right now. So
That's
I
really
do a
great.
lot of
Thank you
TP.
so much, Jody.
You're
I really
welcome.
like that. So we're going to open it up for Q&A. You can unmic or whatever it is, unmute, and then, or you can drop it in the comments. It's ever easiest for you. So pretty much anything's fair game. If we can't answer it, we promise to tell you, but we'll go find the answer. No questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
I sent you a text, but I don't think you got it right. I think I sent it right before we all got on here. The group went out to eat at a Mexican restaurant today, and normally I would get fajitas, chicken fajitas, because that's not very carbish. That's, pretty much just chicken, and vegetables. But then now that I've been so turned on to what oils are bothering me, I'm like, I don't know what they're cooking the chicken in. So I was like, well, what do I do? Do I do that, or do I do roast con pollo, which I know it's just chicken, cheese, and rice. And I know those three things so far don't bother me. So that's what I ended up going with. I got that instead because I was more worried about the oil in the fajitas than I was the carbs in the rice. So that was what I did. What do you do when you go out and you don't know what they're cooking your food in?
I personally think you have to let go of some of that control. Like the point of going out to eat is to experience something new, maybe new foods, and you have no say so how they're cooking it. To go with that thought, we probably want to choose our restaurants wisely. That will give us the choice to go more protein like you did, Amy. I think that's brilliant. That's what I would have done too.
Okay.
Compared to the chimichanga smothered in queso, for example.
Right.
So
Right.
you just make the healthiest choice you can and let it go. If it served you well, like you're on a bus, and if you're not feeling like you need to run off the bus and go to the bathroom, then you're probably doing just fine. And now you know what you can eat again at that restaurant.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yay.
Anyone else have a suggestion? Jody, how would you have handled that?
Yeah, I think sometimes if you know you're going out to eat, you do have to just release some of those things. We don't want to stress ourselves out so much that we're just so worried about everything. As long as you're the majority, 90% of the time, you know what's going into your body and what serves your body, then I think you have to let it go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a really great way to say when you go out to eat, and if it inflames you, it's a short-term inflammation. Changing our diet so it's less inflamed is losing the consistency of constantly eating foods day after day that do not serve you and do inflame you. So just having a meal where something turns your stomach, it lasts for as long as it takes you to digest that food, and then your stomach's going to be fine. So then the inflammation is going to go down.
Now, if
And
you were going out to eat every single day, then at that restaurant, we'd have to rethink that. But if it's just an off, here and there, I think you're okay.
Yeah, the Spanish class only does this once a year, so.
Oh, Janice, you're muted.
Okay, yeah, I'm not real talented. I'm not really computer savvy. I have a question. Is it necessary that you put all three? Okay, somebody's calling me. Okay, can you hear me still? Because somebody's trying to call me. Okay. Is it necessary that you put all three powders all at the same time, or can you spread them out throughout the day?
Yeah, you can spread them out throughout the day. How they were originally designed was to be consumed separately. They weren't three products that hit the market at the same time. But then when the three were out, we were suggesting people to consume all three a day. And most women were like, I ain't got time to mix 3 different drinks at 3 different times. So we started mixing them all together. We enjoyed the flavor and the result. And so that's how Happy Juice was created.
Okay.
But you can consume them throughout the day. I'm actually moving towards that a little bit, Janice, because I want like a flavored water throughout my day. So that
Right.
would give me 3 drinks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now my
Great.
phone keeps dying. That's why I keep going off and on. So I just said it again. It's dying. So I might die out, but I'm trying to listen.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and then rejoining. That's awesome. Any other
And then
questions?
also the purple ones you guys take, is that curb your appetite? Is it the purple one?
It's the purple one. And we consume it on an empty stomach.
Okay, yep, 2 hours before or after a meal. Okay.
Yeah,
And you
after.
did, go ahead. You did say something about another pill. You said, oh, I take that at night, but I don't think I ordered that. Is that something? Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, it's Ignite. And Jody, you
Oh,
really talk about Ignite. Do you want to cover like the benefits of that? What it is?
Sure. Ignite is adaptogens that help with our sexual hormones, our estrogen, and testosterone. And so if you're perimenopause, you're still having a cycle, or if you're in menopause or postmenopausal even, sometimes our our cortisol will mess up these levels, and we'll start to have really bad cycles or headaches or hot flashes or low libido or, energy, brain fog, things like that, joint pain. All of these is when our estrogen starts to go down a little bit. So if you're experiencing some of those, what these adaptogens do, you have like these little receptors, and if you're postmenopausal, your adrenal glands have these. If you're still in perimenopause, you still have your sexual organs, they have them. But it's just like if you have a headache and you have this pain receptor and you take a pill, that pill will attach itself to that pain receptor. It's the same exact thing. Those sexual receptors, like those certain adaptogens will hang on to those receptors and help balance those hormones. And so if you're having hot flashes, night sweats, low libido, crepey skin, all these kind of things, that's what Ignite will do.
okay. Yeah, because I had a hysterectomy in a year ago. And so I can just see my weight just coming on, around the belly since then. But
You taking an HRT or anything?
I'm not on anything. Estrogen vaginally, is that what it is?
And at some point, if you do decide to get on the Ignite, at some point you might be able to get off of that, because that's what it will do. Like if you have, you won't have to take anything extra, and just give your body time to heal. Yeah.
Okay.
Quiet group. Any more questions? Y'all are all doing so good.
Great. Well, then we want to thank you for this time. Shoot questions back to us through text if something comes up. And I'm going to send out a recording and I will make sure it's edited. So if you need to like skip over to the tapping, that you can like fast forward right to, and you'll likely get that today or tomorrow from us. You good?
Okay,
That's
All
perfect.
right. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for your time.
you.